Hey, what's up guys? Joe Gas here. Today giving you a review of an amazing application I find myself using every day known as HyperSpaces. If you're a fan of the Spaces option located in the Mac OS X or higher, then this is definitely an app for you. It lets you customize each single space, such as the desktop wallpaper, a label on each space, ground notifications, and much more with simple commands. Well, let's get started. We open it up. It's going to have a default dock icon, but I changed that in the preferences. When you click, a nice little HUD drops down. Now this shows you all the spaces you have available. But before I go into this, we're going to have to know how to activate spaces. Head over to System Preferences. Once this loads up, you're going to want to click on Expose and Spaces, and make sure you have Enable Spaces checked in. You could add rows and you could add columns. 4 is just enough for me, so I'm going to stick with that. Okay, now let's back to HyperSpaces. We press the icon and this shows all of our spaces. By clicking in any of these, it'll take us to that specific space. So if I want to go to space 3, there I am. Space 4, and back to space 1. Now you can not only do this just by clicking, you could also use commands, which I'll show you right now. Let's right click on the icon, and let's go to HyperSpaces Preferences. Here you'll have what you're looking for. Launch on login, show the menu bar's icon. There's an icon with label, which shows you the space, label only, or just the icon only, which I'm a fan of that. You could use growl when you're changing spaces or removing spaces. So if I go to changing spaces and go to space 2, it's going to say you have changed spaces to space 2. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm going to uncheck that. And obviously I have the dock icon not showing. And here's a really nice feature. I'll go over that later. So let's go on spaces, and here we could customize each single one. So on space 1, it's just average. But let's go to space 2. I could have a label, which basically indicates that if I go to space 2, there's a label that says space 2. But I don't like that. There's an image, which you could show on the desktop. As you can see, I have the phone bot wallpaper. So if I wanted to change that, let's say I prefer this as my wallpaper. Now this is my space 2. So if I go to space 1, there's my space 2. There's also a color option. So you could choose a color to give the overall image. So say I want a nice green color, and you could all do all these different blend modes: color burn, difference, which makes it opposite, darken, which is really cool because as you can see, since this is a dark wallpaper, it changes the color of these do not cross, which is actually really nice. So I could have this as customized as I want. And you can do that to each of the spaces. Now let's go to hotkeys, for example. I just used a hotkey to switch back to space 1. Now as you can see, ShowHide the switcher, I have Command Option S. So if I press Command Option S, it's going to come up with that. ShowHide the desktop icons, which I'm using right now, Command Option I. If I press that, the desktop icons will hide or show. And I used to use camouflage, but I totally deleted that application because HyperSpaces was smart enough to add that in. You could add a new row of spaces, remove a row, and do all these cool stuff. So if I want to add a new row, let me just click to record shortcut, Command-Shift-N for new. If I press Command-Shift-N, now you're going to notice I have another row of spaces that I didn't even have to do with N. So let's remove a row, Command-Shift-R to remove, and now I'm back to my normal set. I don't really need that. As I said, I'm happy with 4. So switch to next space. I had Shift Command right arrow, go to the back, Shift Command left arrow. So there's really nice options. There's updates, advanced, and registration. Well, that's basically it for spaces. or I should say HyperSpaces. If you're really into this stuff, I definitely recommend in purchasing it for yourself. So go in the description, check out their site, and if you like this video, rate it 5 stars and favorite it. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice day.